Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well, staying safe. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to message me on Remind. I want to just go over some of the concepts that we've gone over before, and before you start the actual practice. So we've already gone over central angles as well as inscribed angles, and the difference between the two is where the vertex lies. So for a central angle, the vertex is on the center. Okay, the vertex is on the center. And for a inscribed angle, the vertex is on the circle. What I mean by vertex is, for this angle, the vertex here, it can be found right there on the center. And whenever it's on the center, it's going to be the same. Okay, it's going to be the same. The arc and the angle will be the same. So in this case, if I said, what is x? X is 82 as well. Okay? And that would be your answer. Ooh, that's kind of crazy looking. Yeah, so my answer here would be 82. Okay, here, the vertex is actually on the circle. So your vertex is where your two segments meet. And notice how the vertex is on the circle here. And remember that the inside is always going to be half of the outside. So inside is going to be half of the outside. Okay, if you hear that little person, it's my niece in the background, sorry. It's half the outside. So here we have that the degree is 82. So in this case, I know that my answer for this, x is actually 41, because the inside must always be half of the outside. And that would be my answer for this case. Okay? So just to go into some of the examples that you'll see on Delta Math. So if you read the question, what I always say is trace the actual answer, or trace on here. So I know that FGH is 60. So FGH, bear with me, is 60. Okay? And they want to know what's in green already. They want to know FJH. So FJ and H. So what's in red is 60. And I know that the vertex is on the center. So that means that my arc here, since the vertex on the center is at 60, that means that this piece is 60. Okay? But remember, they want to know what's in green. So what's in green here is on the inside and the vertex is on the circle. So my answer here is 30. So in Delta Math, I would just type in 30. You don't need to type in anything else. And that's my answer. Okay, the inside is half the outside. Let's go to another example. Okay, notice here, PQR is 46. So PQR is 46. That's on the circle. So that means that out here is also 46. Okay, but they would like to know how much is PSR. So PSR, well, that's on the circle. Half of 46 is 23. So what I would type in Delta Math is 23. Okay, each one is going to be a bit different, but okay, in this case, the answer would be 23. Okay, let's go to another one. So in circle R, QTS is 23. So QTS is 23. Find QRS. So QRS, QRS. Okay. Well, in this case, sorry, I actually wrote this wrong. So in the pink, they told me that in here is 23. The angle is 23. So the inside is half of the outside. So half of what is 23? Well, I know that that's 46. Because they told me QTS is 23. That must mean that this on the outside, the arc, is 46, because the inside, if the vertex is on the circle, must be half the outside. So in this case, they're asking me how much is QRS. That's also 46, because if the center is on the circle, then it is the same as the arc, which is 46. Okay? And that would be my final answer here. That's what I would type in. I would just type in 46. Ooh. Okay. And those are some examples. If you have any questions, you know to screenshot and just send me whatever questions you have. This is just a refresher on standard form of a circle. So this is a given. It's not going to change. The formula for a circle, okay, is this. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, okay? And we know that the center is at h, k, okay? Notice my center, h is here, k is here, and then r stands for radius. So let's move on to the next slide. We've already kind of gone over this. So notice that here they say write the standard form of an equation of a circle with center 3, -2. Well, my h is a 3, so I put a 3. So x minus h, x minus 3. Then notice here something different kind of happens. I have a negative number. So the formula is still the same. It's y minus k. So that means I put in y minus -2. We've already known in the past, if you have two negatives, what happens? And it becomes a positive. Then notice here, we have 4 squared. So you cannot type this in, it still needs to be simplified. So in the end, you have x minus 3 squared plus y, remember, two negatives. So my negative here and here then becomes a positive. And then lastly, remember that 4 squared is really 4 times 4. Okay, and that's where they get the 16 from, right here. Okay. Let us do an example together. So here they have us do our own. So I know that it's going to be x minus 13, okay, because this is my h, okay. These are my parentheses, bear with me. Plus, and then this is my k, and it's -13. So I know that it's going to be y minus -13 squared equals, lastly I have my radius, which is 4 again. So I have 4 squared. You can't type it in just like this whenever you're not done just yet. So my real answer in the end is, do it in blue, x minus 13 squared. That stays the same. But notice here, I need to do my two negatives become a positive. So this needs to become y plus 13 squared. And then 4 times 4, once again we have 16. And this is the final answer. Okay? I'll just show you what it kind of looks like on Delta Math. So remember, if in the last one they gave me the center, and this one I have to find it. Well, I can visually look at the circle, and I can see that the center is about here. Well, the coordinate on the grid, that's at left 1, so that's -1. And it's up 1, 2, 3. So it's positive 3. That's where my center is at. Okay? And then for my radius, you can pick any part on the circle from the center to the side. Center here, down to the side. That means my radius is 2. So my r is 2. My radius is 2. My center is -1, 3. It helps out a lot if you write down the center and the radius before you actually type it in. So then you'll scroll down. You're going to need to click this button so that you can actually do the squares and the parentheses. And then you will be able to, it'll open up like this, and you're able to type in x plus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 4, because it was 2 times 2. Okay, and how you get the squared, many people ask that, how you get the squared button, this is it right here. Okay, and then as you can see, my answer was correct. Okay, so it's x minus h squared, that's the formula, and then this is the correct answer. Okay, if you've made it this far in my video, message me your favorite show right now, one of the favorite shows that you're watching at the moment. If you go on to deltamath.com, you will see view assignments. The assignment for this one is called Inscribed Angles and Equations of Circles. So you can go on there. Okay, feel free to message me if you have any questions, comments, or concern, and don't forget to message me your favorite show.